Okay, let's see how far we get with this one. Each video keeps getting cut off, so I'm just doing tests to see how far I can get. Okay, so welcome the trusted angels, ancestors, and audiences into my space as we record our third video that keeps getting cut off because whatever devices have merged with my cell phone that take up all my data are pissed at what I'm saying. It has something to do with Apple and China. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it has something to do with Apple, iOS, and China. All right? Let's say it in the very beginning. Thank you. I also wrote down owned, secrets, spy program, war machine. Has something to do with Apple and China. I don't know what the fuck that means. And then halftime shows came up, halftime, or just the words halftime. So half the amount of time. There's time is almost up. And then the acronym, which I don't really know what it stands for, but EFT came through. And then that, when you say it out loud, EFT, it's effed. So fucked. All right, that's coming through. 119 as I looked at the clock, 11-9 or 9-11. Popo. 5-0. Oh yeah, and Kung Fu Hustle came through strongly yesterday when I tried to do y'all's video and it wouldn't allow it again, which had me watching like old Kung Fu movies for a little bit. And then I looked into that fighting style. That's the drunken fighting style, which I didn't know was a real, like it is real, a fighting style that's actually quite complicated. And it's all about like confusing your opponents and they can't really clock you because you are like moving like unhinged water, but like it's still calculated. So that's a very complex mixture of things going on there and will confuse any opponent for sure. Especially if they learn by the book, right? That's coming out too. Book learning versus what you're born good at and what you're naturally good at. And I started thinking of creativity and people that are really creative and just have a natural force within them that is just raw talent. And there is something about that being hijacked internationally. And of course it involves money and any industry that involves a lot of money. So my industry, for example, tattooing would be involved. The cannabis industry, which is now legalized in the state of California, Oregon, and most West Coast states at least. You know, what else? The sex industry, pornography, things like that, right? Things that involve a lot of money, casinos, maybe even tarot, unfortunately. I don't know how much money tarot readers make, but I'm sure it's a good amount, especially with all the witchcraft stuff going on. It's like clickbait as fuck. But you know, I'm not saying it's, no disrespect to my Wiccans or pagans or whatever, whoever's doing what. I'm just saying that it's just like, you already know if you were, that there's a lot of clickbait out here, right? Okay, if we didn't already, welcome the trusted ancestors in the room. Let's do that, please. Halftime show, Blow the Whistle by E40. So Bay Area, what's up? What's good? Came out. So TikTok, which is also giving more China vibes. Like clock, the clock is ticking. It's talking. It's talking. The clock is talking. Time tells. Hit the nail on the head with that one there, Sonny. Okay. A signal made by an intermediary to rest, rehydrate, and discuss issues and their offensive approach and defensive approach. I had to look that up because I don't know sports stuff that well, okay? I also have brains that learn backwards or function differently, that create patterns and notice stuff, but it's in a very special way. So that's giving still create people that are highly creative. And they're like underpaid or destroyed and replaced with these fake ones that have a lot of money or something. Not always, okay? Not always, but that's like what seems like is happening kind of on a weird scale of some, you know, something that I'm, you know, let's get into it though. We'll find out more stuff in the cards, okay? backwards learning, so neurodivergency, I was almost getting more super strength brain vibes off of that, as opposed to like mentally what RETARDED. And I'm not saying that with any disrespect. I'm just like, some people that are not educated on the topic will think neurodivergency means that they are the R word, RETARD, which is not true, like at all. Where you are not so strong in some places, you are like extra strong in other places. So that would give you a very niche, like you're not basic, basically, for lack of better terminology. You're not basic, basically. Okay, so, and then the drunken fighting style here. Sorry if I seem rushed, just my videos have been getting cut off like crazy. Confusing your opponent. Okay, maybe you didn't know you were fighting. Maybe you didn't know there was like a battle taking place, and you're like, well, good thing I'm a smooth mover, or whatever. Okay, your energy can't. Their energy cannot follow your steps or clock your steps. You're essentially moving like water. Okay, it's inconsistently consistent, or something along those lines. Okay, this part, okay, from anybody that considers themselves like to pick up on things before they happen. You're like a supernatural person. You might have psychic abilities, something along those lines. And I feel like some tug when I say the word psychic, because which means there's like taboo attached to the word. So that's too bad, because it's real. Like there are people that have gifts like that. Okay, and this is so just a message for anyone who identifies as a psychic person. And I say this with love and not in like a catty, like it's not always about you. Like, don't get like caught in your head. It's not always about you, girl. Like, that's not what I'm saying when I say it's not always about you. Because in the beginning phases of picking up on energies, you are going to potentially try to associate it with what is going on in your personal life. And that can be really scary and terrifying, and you might even start to manifest situations in your life because you are like fixing them and putting them into your little personal puzzle that belongs to you, which is your life. And so when we can know and learn that not every little piece of puzzle piece that we find on the ground is like meant for our puzzle, it's very strong and